Hey everybody, Farmer Jane.
And Mike.
Here at the end of June, and just wanted to let you know what's happening in our garden, tips for your garden as well. We are here in the broccoli patch, and we've just harvested the main big heads. Even I was a little late in getting these. When we have hot days like this, these guys just want to go to flower. These are actually a flower, and they're starting to bloom a little bit. So when I saw that happening, I knew we had to harvest them right away. Good to keep on top of that. If you are a little late like I am, no big deal. Still delicious, although we've learned that after 40 years of eating broccoli, Poppy actually doesn't like it.
The truth always comes out eventually.
But he always does his part and does eat it. So.
I know it's good for me.
So a lot of people then ask, well, what do you do? Now we've cut these main heads off. Don't despair, your broccoli is not done. I'm always heartbroken when people pull them out at this stage because some of my favorite parts of the broccoli are when they send out little side shoots. And they're just starting to come, but broccoli will provide for a while now. And I did just do a garlic check. Every once in a while I just pull one out to see how they're doing. They look amazing this year, right? They look so, so good. Big, beautiful heads already. But usually I wait until at least a third of this plant has gone yellow. It's just starting to get a little yellow now. But what's happening with that is all this chlorophyll is starting to drain down and store into these big bulbs. And so I want to kind of wait as long as I can to get as much nutrition into this bulb, but not wait too long where they start to get mushy underground. So it's a delicate balance, but I'd say we're about 2 to 3 weeks away from harvest and then curing. And then the other thing is we're just starting to get some cut flowers coming in. So I want to show you how to keep them cut and coming again. I mean, basically you're cutting like you'd want to cut, but I want to make sure I'm cutting where the flower branches out because then I have these two that will become flowers when we're done. They'll just be giving the whole summer if I cut this way. I love this coral zinnia. One of my favorites is one of the Benaries. You can kind of see with the snapdragons too as we cut through these. If I cut this main stem, we're going to get lots of side shoots out. So that's what we're kind of looking for. And plus, why wouldn't you want this amazing flower in your house with this coral? Very pretty. Cosmo's another summer classic. They were like in everybody's grandmother's garden. And I always have kind of grandmother vibes. If they start to go by before you cut them, still cut them off. This one's kind of a little ratty. And I'm cutting right down to the first bract where it meets a branching of two branches coming out so that the plant will just keep bushing out. You'll see this, we'll show you this plant in a month. It's going to be much taller, bushier with lots more flowers on it. But right now I can actually use what we're cutting.
I've been away on a vacation for about 12 days, and it's unbelievable how much growth has happened in 12 days. You just can't stop the growth. Sometimes you aren't aware of it on a daily basis, but when Betty and my wife and I went to the Rockies in Canada, and when you come back, it's like, wow, how'd this happen?
And I like having his eyes because I'm here every day, and so it's nice to see someone with a different perspective that it's changed so much. I don't know, looking at it every day, you just don't really notice, but I am starting to see there's so much more blooming, and we're bringing in a lot more. That dinner last night was amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, just all fresh veggies and a local fish that my brother caught. So it was, that's what we're living for. And then we missed Father's Day because you weren't here. And I just wanted to bring up how awesome of a father you are, not just for me, and I'm gonna make you blush right now, but kind of for all of us. You represented, back in the 80s, he was speaking up about organic food when he was getting laughed out of conferences, right? And I think that's what makes a true strong man is when you can get laughed at and know your truth, and then, keep on going with that and know that what your purpose is here making compost for the world to be healthier so we can grow better food. That's real bravery. And then I very distinctly remember in the 90s, you always wore a pin that said, "I'm straight but not narrow," with the big pink triangle. And I was 10 years old, and I just remember how brave that was then. And we live in a very rural area where that was really a different mindset. And that was, another way to be a strong man is to be really brave and to support people that don't have much of a voice. So I don't know, I just think you're really great. And then to trust me as your youngest daughter, to take over the farm operation, and when that's not really done too often. I think you're a great example of a father figure for all of us.
Well, the one thing that I figured out is that you don't need to teach people a lot by pouring stuff into them. The best way is to bring stuff out of them. People already have all their goodness in them. They just need to recognize it.
Well, I want to recognize you, so thank you. And happy Father's Day.
Thank everybody.
Love you. Talk to everybody soon.
Happy Father's Day.
Thanks.